Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's time for some football. It is I, Coach Daredevil, back with another episode in our college football career, where we are currently the offensive coordinator of the Florida Atlantic Owls in our first season. We are 5-2, 3-0 in the conference. We are taking on the Troy Trojans here today, who is 3-4 overall, 2-2 in the conference here. They have better overall, or they have better ratings than us. They score more points per game than us. They have more passing offense than us, and They have a better pass defense than us. That's it. Everything else we are better at. We're better at run, offense, and defense. We're better at total offense and defense, and we're still rocking a top three, aka second best turnover differential in the nation. We actually are rocking the second best rush defense in the nation as well, but that part isn't as much of a thing for us because we're the offensive coordinator, not the defensive coordinator. But if we win this game, we become bowl eligible, which would obviously be a big deal. So we'll have to see if we can do that. It is a rivalry game, so we're gonna have to see if we can get the job done here and go from there. Last week, getting that easy victory over an FBS Bulldog team. So this week we get back into the conference thing. Of course, we are one game out from first place in the conference. There is no conference championship in the Sun Belt. Whoever has the best conference record will be the champion, which we have to prepare for in, I think it's 2 weeks in game time, because that's going to be the game where we're playing against the top team, FIU, at that point. They got Philip Harris, quarterback who's thrown for 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Of course, we can circle that game on our calendar in a couple weeks' time, but everybody knows in college football that you never want to circle a game in the future on your calendar because you never know if you're going to get knocked off by a team in the present. So Troy Trojans are a team we're going to have to keep an eye out for. They may end up pulling off a surprise victory here against us, so we're going to have to keep focused, keep determined, and keep things going. Troy Trojans and the Florida Atlantic Owls happening here in the college football, as it is at FAU. Troy wins the coin toss, which means we're going to be starting off with the ball to start off the game. We're going to have to see if Jesse Cox can lead the offense to another victory here this week. As the first play from scrimmage is a handoff around the right side. Brett Daniel able to get a yard. As we immediately get a studio update, and we see that North Carolina has knocked off number 6 NC State 31-21. NC State losing their first game of the season with that loss. So that's a big deal there. Bit of a shakeup in the ACC there. We go back to this game. We got a 2nd and 9 here. Daniel with that 1-yard run to open up this drive. They're going to turn around, hand off to him once again, and he fights forward for 2 yards that time. 2 straight runs, not great success. There were positive yardage, but not a whole lot. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. And you got to imagine they're going to have to go to the passing game for that, which is always hit and miss when it comes to the Owls. Jesse Cox, not the best quarterback in the world, but also not the worst. Fakes the handoff, looking for someone. Floats it across the middle, completes it to Jake Meyer, the tight end. I believe that. Nope, I lie. That's not Meyer. That's Pittman. That is Pittman, the wide receiver, making that reception right on the logo there for a first down. I thought it was number 9 from the view we were looking at first. That's why I said that. But nope, that is Pittman. As that is going to bring up a 1st and 10. Florida Atlantic at their own 42-yard line. Back to pass once again here. Cox looking for someone. And it looks like he just kind of threw that one away. He saw the pressure coming and he threw that one away. There was a receiver in the area, but it looked like that was way too high for him. So definitely looks like he threw it away on that one. So we're going to see a 2nd and 10 here. Ball still at that 42-yard line. Cox trying to lead the Owls down the field. Turnaround handoff. Brett Daniel gets a big chunk of yardage there, but it's coming back because of holding on the offense. Jake Meyer with a holding call there. We know that the Owls are famous for getting holding called on them time and time again. In fact, one of those games we had earlier this year, we had like 10 holding calls on us. So not the best disciplined team in the nation, but they're still doing what they can to survive. Turn around handoff on this play here, and Daniel's going to take it up the middle there. Gain back most of the yardage they just lost, or all of the yardage they just lost, plus an extra yard on top of that. So it's still 3rd down, but it's not, at least it's not 3rd and 20. As Daniel had that 11-yard run there. Going to bring up another 3rd down for the Owls to try to convert here. As I said, they're a yard above, or they're a yard beyond the original line of scrimmage there. Cox back to pass. Looking for someone. Gets it across the middle. And he had it, but he dropped it. I believe that one was Meyer. Yep. Jake Meyer had it, but he dropped it in the process of being tackled. And they're going to have to punt it away. Thankfully, the Trojans can't do anything with it. And so it's going to go back to the Owls. Still a scoreless ball game. Owls taking over at their own 34-yard line. Cox under center. 2 receivers up top there. He's looking back to pass. He's going to check it down to his tight end, Jake Meyer, who's going to get that completion on that one. Picks up a few yards as number 7, Iowa, gets knocked off at home by number 24, Northwestern, 28-23. That was Iowa's first loss of the season as well. And as Daredevil's alma mater, that one hurts to see. But he can't focus on that right now because he's too busy focusing on the game ahead of him, as he has got to lead his Owls to victory here. As it is now 2nd and 3 at right about the 42-yard line again. Going to turn around hand off on that one. Daniel tried to spin out of something and could not do much of anything. They're claiming he gained a yard, though. I will be completely honest, that did not look like he gained any yards at all, but I'm not going to complain about them giving him a yard. Yeah, see, the ball's basically where it was already, so I don't know why it's suddenly 3rd and 2, but whatever. I'm not going to complain about it. 3rd and 2 here. Cox under center, fakes the handoff. Back to pass, check, throws it to the right there, gets the completion. I believe that's to David Hearn, the fullback, and it is. Number 8, David Hearn, the fullback, with that completion there. I don't know why they're showing that guy. That guy who missed blocking, who missed going after Hearn, the fullback there. Maybe that's why they're showing him, because he got blown past. Nevertheless, Hearn picking up that 1st down for the Owls here as they are across the 50-yard line, looking to keep the drive alive after that 1st down there. 2 receivers to the bottom there. And it's going to be a pitch to the left where there are no receivers. Daniel's able to fight off one blocker, but not able to do much else. He does pick up 2 yards, though, apparently. As they are being a bit generous with their spots, but I'm not going to complain that much. Nevertheless, 48-yard line. The Trojans' 48-yard line, that is, as Cox is going under center here. 2 receivers up top, 2 in the backfield, fakes the handoff. Checks it down to David Hearn, the fullback, who powers through one tackle, but gets caught by the second one. 4-yard gain on that completion. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Gonna have to see what the Owls have cooked up here. They are 2 for 3 on 3rd down conversions so far in this game. They are definitely out of field goal range right now, so that would not be a good thing. They would have to punt it away if they can't get anything. Gonna fake the handoff here. Cox looking, he's gonna throw it deep. He's going for the end zone. He's got a touchdown. Big completion there. Big completion in the end zone. I didn't know if 83 was gonna get that or not. That looked like he was throwing it to the defender. But as you can see, it was just short enough for 83 to pull up and catch that one for the touchdown. That's Stewart there. That's right. I couldn't remember his name right off the top of my head. But that is a 6-0 lead at this point now, pending the extra point. Brian Stewart with that 43-yard reception off of the play action on 3rd down. Very good stuff there. And the kick is up and through. So it is 7-0 with 2:47 left in the first quarter. We're going to show a studio update, and we're going to see that another top 10 team got knocked off as TCU, number 2 in the nation, falls to Oklahoma State 41-38. TCU also suffering their first loss of the season. 3 top 10 teams losing their first game of the seasons here on this week. So this is crazy upset week for sure upon us here. Troy is able to get down the field, but not able to put any points on the board. It looks like we're at the 1-yard line, so I'm guessing that there was a turnover of some sort. Let's look at that really quick. Yeah, there was a fumble at the 1 yard. There was a fumble that was recovered at the 1-yard line. That has to suck for the Trojans. Troy going to be looking to try to get the safety on this play here. Owls are going to turn around handoff. There is a penalty already. I think it's going to be another holding call against the Owls. I did adjust it slightly, but apparently it did not want to fix itself with that. I adjust the frequency of it a little bit, and it's still happening just as much as it was before. Nevertheless, we're replaying 1st down because we're already backed up too far anyway. So 1st and 10. This looks to be the final play of the first quarter. Handoff to David Hearn, who was able to avoid a couple tacklers and able to get a 1st down on that run there. He looked like he almost got caught behind the line of scrimmage there, but he was able to find the hole and fight forward for a 1st down to give the Owls some breathing room here as the first quarter comes to a close. Now it comes to a close. I don't know why I wasn't counting down the clock there, but whatever. Nevertheless, first quarter comes to an end. It is 7-0 Florida Atlantic Owls over the Troy Trojans. And the Owls have the ball deep in their own territory, but they're going to be trying to push forward and get themselves down the field. Cox back in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Daniel, and he gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. There was no way avoiding number 52 there, as he got tackled behind the line of scrimmage on that one. Bring up 2nd and 11. 2 receivers down at the bottom there. Turn around handoff, and 45 blew through the line and blew that play up. Thankfully, he got back to the line of scrimmage, it looked like, but that play went absolutely nowhere. It was blown up by that blitzing player there. I'm not sure if that was a linebacker or a defensive tackle, but that play was blown up. Back to pass. Cox looking, thrown into double coverage, and that went incomplete. That was not a very good drive from the Owls. They were able to get that 1st down on the fullback run, but they did not do too well with the rest of that drive. They're punted back to Troy, who does nothing with the drive either. So it's going to go back to the Owls. And they're in great field position here. That had to have been another turnover, right? Yeah, it was an interception. They picked him off. And the turnover differential continues to grow for the Florida Atlantic Owls, who are just continuously having a great turnover differential. As Cox lofts one up in the air, and that gets him inside the red zone. He kind of lofts it up, but it is completed there. Cox is officially thrown for 100 yards. Hey, that's cool. Look at that sun there. It's really cool. Cox already thrown for 100 yards in this game, as they are down to the 15-yard line, looking to put points on the board, widening this lead. Handoff to Daniel, who goes around the right side, able to pick up a yard. And he's holding his ribs or stomach or something. So we're going to see Aaron Duncan come in to take over for him for at least, probably this play, maybe a couple plays, depending on how long he's out for. Not a huge surprise. Daniel's infamous for having to come out for games a lot. As Duncan's going to take it, go to the left side. He's going to walk right into the end zone. Untouched run into the end zone there by Aaron Duncan. What a run. Look at this. The hole's there, and he just sprints right past the rest of the secondary to get into the end zone for the touchdown. 14-yard rush by Aaron Duncan, and FAU looking good so far in this game. As with this extra point, they are up now 14-0 with 6 minutes left before halftime. A really good performance there by the Florida Atlantic Owls, which that was not a 2-yard drive, but whatever. That was not a 2-yard drive. Especially not for 15 yards, but whatever. Nevertheless, Troy's unable to put anything on the scoreboard. It is still 14-0. We're going to see if the Owls can widen their lead with a drive here before halftime. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Cox is going to turn around and hand off. And a big run up the middle there. That was Brett Daniel. He's already back in the game. Studio update shows that Southern Miss defeats Rice 30-24. Doesn't really affect us at all. Doesn't. No offense to Southern Miss or Rice, but nothing with that game affects us at all, really. That's what I'm trying to say there. Nevertheless, coming up on 4 minutes left before halftime, the Owls are driving, sending a man in motion, and that play gets blown up in the backfield. As Daniel's unable to get anything on that one, loses a couple of yards on that. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 situation here. Troy's defense has been showing flashes of stuff. Cox back to pass, completes it to the right there, gets the first down with that completion. Good stuff there. As another 3rd down conversion happens here. .330 left in the first half. Cox is going to be back in the shotgun here on 1st and 10 at about the 33-yard line. Man going in motion, handoff to the man in motion, and he is going to lose a yard. Walker's going to lose a yard on the jet sweep. Unable to really push forward on that one. But we're going to have to see where things go from there. As with this drive right now, the Owls are just killing time off the clock as well. Like, it is looking good right now when it comes to taking time off that clock there. It's a nice little chunk of yardage eaten up there by Brett Daniel. It's going to give us a 3rd and 4 scenario here for the Owls. They are 4 of 6 so far on 3rd down conversions. Looking to try to convert another 3rd down here as Jesse Cox is under center. He is back to pass. Looking for someone. Can't seem to find anybody. Throws it to the left there, and that That should have been picked off and ran back for a pick six. That should have gone for a pick six. You kind of feel bad for the defense on that one because he should have had that and taken it back to the end zone. But he did not. And that is going to result in a punt back to Troy, who apparently is not going to do anything with that ball because it is now Florida Atlantic ball once again, right about where they just had their last drive end. As they're going to be looking to try to do something here with this drive. Complete a pass there to Jake Meyer to about the 40-yard line. 2nd and 3 scenario here. As the Owls looking to try to put some more points on the board before halftime. Up 2 scores already. Jesse Cox back to pass. Looking, throwing it deep for somebody. And that's intercepted. He should not have been waiting that long. He should not have heaved it quite that deep because the receiver overran it. And the defender was just sitting there waiting for it to come down. So a costly interception. Well, not costly, but a bad interception there. It's number 7 with that interception. Able to run it back for about 15 yards there. Sets Troy up with the ball before halftime. Somehow there was a double pass to Jay Hill for 7 yards. I don't know how the heck that just happened. Henderson with a 5-yard completion. Another completion there. Incomplete pass by Harris. Then another first down. 8-yard play there, 9-yard play. They are driving before halftime. Can they put points on the board? They apparently can't, because apparently they decided to go for it all instead of calling a timeout and trying to put 3 points on the board, which was kind of stupid. But, oh well, that is not my responsibility. Nevertheless, after halftime, we're going to take a quick look at the halftime stats. It is 14-0 as we head into the Owls' offensive first drive of the second half. More first downs for Troy, probably because of that drive right before halftime. And actually more yards, more total offense so far. But even though they have more total offense, Florida Atlantic is the one with the 2-touchdown lead. So kind of a big deal there. The Owls winning the turnover battle 2-1. So they're getting outgained on the ground, but they are ahead on the scoreboard. And at the end of the day, that is what matters. So obviously you want the victory to get that. I don't know why they were rushing to the line just then. I didn't hit the button. Cox back to pass. Throws it to the right there to Jake Meyer, who's able to get the first down. Cox 9 of 14 for 123 yards so far in this game. As they near the 50-yard line. Jesse Cox under center here. And it looks like an offensive lineman jumped. As the Owls love to shoot themselves in the foot with penalties. But that's going to be a first. That's going to be a 1st and 15 scenario now for the Owls. We'll have to see if they can try to get back that yardage that they lost. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know. Looks like an option play there. And look at Jesse Cox getting that yardage back and then some on that run. Nice little option there to the left. Nobody was over there until he got in the secondary, and then he got stuck behind his own blocker. But Jesse Cox able to get a decent amount of yardage. Made up the loss from the penalty and then some. As it is now a little bit more manageable 2nd and 6 here for the Owls across the 50-yard line, looking to try to put more points on the board. Cox going to turn around handoff to Brett Daniel, who ducks under tackler, and he's going to take it to the end zone, but there is a flag that's going to end up bringing that back. As a holding call brings back a long touchdown there. David Hearn, what are you doing? I get that, maybe the idea is that he wouldn't have made it all the way to the end zone if a hold hadn't happened, but still. I'm not sure what David Hearn was doing on that one, but negated a big run there to the end zone. And now the Owls set up a 2nd and 16. Is that 2 holding calls and 3 plays? As that draw goes absolutely nowhere. Gets a loss of 3 on that play. The Trojans were like, screw what you just did. We're going to stop your run immediately on this one. 3rd and long here. 3rd and 19 as Cox is under center. He's got 3 receivers. The Trojans were blitzing, and they got to Cox, tackling him behind the line of scrimmage as he tried to get the ball off but could not in time. And this drive went drive ended badly for the Owls because they just kind of choked it away. They had a touchdown that could have been on the board that they, was negated by a holding call. But it's still 14-0. As the Trojans can't seem to get any points on the board. The Owls deep in their own territory here to start off this drive. Cox under center. He's going to hand it off here. Daniel able to pick up about 5 yards on that run. Nice little chunk of change gained on that one. So far, these drives have kind of resulted in at least like 1 first down or so, and then it just falls apart right after that. Cox is back to pass, looking for someone. Gets rid of it before he's tackled, but that one is dropped by the receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and medium here, as it is 3rd and 5. We'll have to see if Jesse Cox can keep this drive alive. 4 of 8 so far on 3rd down conversions as Cox is back in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers. He's looking, checks it down because he had a defender coming at him. And unfortunately, Daniel could not stay in bounds on that one. It's going to bring up a 4th and 3 on that, as he had to get rid of it quickly because he had a defender coming right in his face. And Troy's finally able to put some points on the board. This is now 14-7. Trojans able to do something against our defense finally. And the Owls, getting those 2 early touchdowns and have now been kind of struggling since. So they're going to have to get something going here on this drive. Try to get that back to a 2-possession game as Cox is going to throw it deep. We saw what happened last time, but this time it's completed. A big gain. What a completion by Jesse Cox throwing that ball there. We don't care about that game. But a big completion. What a grab there by Pittman to get the first down and then some, as that they are definitely inside the 25 on that big completion. Daniel's going to try to fight for some yardage there, but manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. But man, what a big completion that one was. He threw that into double coverage and was still able to get the first down. Still able to get the completion and the first down on that one. Second and 10 here, coming up at the end of the 3rd quarter. Cox is going to be back to pass. He's looking for someone again. Completes across the middle to Jake Meyer, who fights into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Owls back to a 2-touchdown lead. Jake Meyer able to take that across the middle on the slant and able to get away from the defender who was shadowing him there and get the touchdown. 23-yard completion for the touchdown. It is now 21-7, but Troy being unwilling to give up at this point, goes down the field and scores themselves. So now it is 21-14 with 7 minutes left in the game. As it looks like we got a little bit of a close one on our hands. Cox is back in the shotgun. Looking to pass here. Throws it over the head of the receiver there. So he got knocked to the ground after letting that ball go. A 2nd and 10 situation here. The Owls, Troy's finding some momentum here as we get closer to the end of the game. So the Owls are going to have to do something here. And a big run there by Brett Daniel's going to help out with that. As that was a 9-yard run there by Brett Daniel right up the middle. Gets them to a 3rd and 1 situation here. We'll just see if they can pick this up. 4 of 9 so far in this game on 3rd downs. Have to see if they can pick up the first down here. They're going to turn around and hand off to the fullback, who's not going to be able to get it. He was not able to get the first down on that run there. David Ahern coming up short on the run. That is 4th and inches now. They're going to punt it away. But thankfully, Troy is unable to do anything. And so with 5 minutes left in the game, it's still a 7-point lead for the Owls, 21-14. Cox is going to turn around and hand off to Hearn again, who has a pretty decent hold there on the right-hand side. He's able to fight forward for a first down. Western Kentucky up 7-0 over FIU. If FIU was to be defeated in that game, then yours truly, your team, the Florida Atlantic Owls, would be tied for first place in the conference. So that would be a big deal. But they got to be able to hold off the Troy Trojans here in this game, as we are under 5 minutes left in the game. And the clock is ticking down as Cox snaps the ball. Delay handoff to Daniel, who gets absolutely nowhere on that run. But the time is ticking down. And in some cases, that might be what's more important. There's going to be a 2nd and 10 here. Cox back in the shotgun. They're going to let... So yeah, it looks like they're going to let as much time tick off the clock as possible at this point. And Cox is going to keep it on the option. He's going to go to the left there. Get the first down. 2 runs from Jesse Cox in this game off of options, and both of them very successful. The first one coming up just short of a first down. This one going for the first down. And especially needed it on that run there, as that keeps the drive alive, keeps the clock ticking down, which is exactly what the Owls want at this point. They want that clock ticking. They want the clock continuing to count down so that they can get the victory here, as they are under 4 minutes left in this game. They're going to turn around and hand off to Daniel again. He's going to go to the left side. Get a nice chunk of change there. 7 yards, if you will. Brings up a 2nd and 3 situation for the Owls. The ground game is starting to work for them. It is not that it hasn't been working pretty decently all day for them. I mean, they did have 1 touchdown through the ground. But it's still, it's working when it needs to be working right now, which is when they need to be killing as much time off the clock as possible. They're not interested in points in this drive. They're just interested on keeping things going. That's not going to help, though, as that play gets blown up at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 3rd and 3 now for the Owls. We're going to have to hopefully try to get this first down on this drive here. 4 for 10 so far on 3rd down conversions. This one may be one of the more important 3rd down conversions they have of the entire game, because they need to keep this drive alive. 3rd and 3 here. Going to pitch it to the right to Daniel, who's got the blockers, but the defenders just came at him right as he turned that corner. He had blockers, but the defenders just blew right through them. We're going to watch the punt really quick. Hopefully they don't snap that ball too early. Yes, still could have killed more time off the clock, but whatever. Whatever. As Troy's pinned down to about their own 21-yard line there. 2:09 left in the ball game. Florida Atlantic is up 21-14 right now. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this stuff because we want to hopefully see if the Owls can hold them here. 2:09 left in the ball game. Delayed handoff there, and he's gonna get tackled after a 5-yard gain there. Under 2 minutes. The Trojans trying to play hurry-up offense right now. Quarterback's back in the shotgun. Another delayed handoff. And that one, unable to get the first down on that one as well. So many times as they can hold them behind the first down marker, it's obviously a good thing because it keeps that clock running. As you've seen, they've burned off 30 seconds on a couple of runs so far. Back to pass on 3rd and 1. And he completes it to the left-hand side there. Able to get the first down. Minute 25 left in the game. The Troy Trojans looking... That was definitely a jump off sides, but whatever. I'm not going to complain. It's another first down completion. Yeah, the Trojans are driving right now. The Owls defense needs to get a stop here. They need to stop them here. A minute 19 left in the game. Someone jumped. False start on the offense. We'll take it. Not going to complain about that. We'll take it. 1st and 15 for the Trojans here. Back to pass. Completes it across the middle. Does not get that first down, though, which means the clock is going to keep ticking. Obviously, we'd like the plays to not be completed like that, but at the same time, if the clock keeps on ticking, that's less time that they have to try to get there. As they do call timeout there with 1 minute left in the game. If you see down there at the bottom, FIU did score, so it's a 7-7 ball game now. Taking on Western Kentucky. Of course, like I mentioned a little bit ago, if FIU was to lose that game, then there'd be a tie with our team at top of the conference. Troy back to pass. Plays it across the middle. Gets stopped just short of the first down. They have to burn another timeout there. 3rd and inches. They might be able to convert this first down here, but it still caused them to burn 2 timeouts in this drive. Well, that's not going to help. Surprisingly, they did not call that play either. We might have gotten away with a couple of offside calls in this drive so far. Heaves it to the right. There's no way you're saying that's a completion. No way. Can I challenge that? Let me challenge it. Coach's challenge. I don't care if I... Dang it. There's no way that was completion. Oops. All right. That's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. Hit the wrong button. I guess he has the ball there in his hands. It just didn't look like it. It looked like, so he has it there. But he's up in the air, though, it looks like almost. Hide that. Like he's kind of sliding a little bit there, but whatever. Whatever. If they're gonna call that a first down, they'll call it a first down, I guess. I didn't think it was, but that's the game. Troy's inside the red zone, looking to try to get in the end zone here. They need to get the complete. They need to get in the end zone to tie up this ball game. The clock is ticking, coming up on 30 seconds left in the game. Can the Owls defense stop them from getting the end zone? Completed across the middle, gets the first down. That was the last first down they could have gotten on this drive. They're going to go on 1st and goal here. This is going to go into overtime. Flag on the play. False start on the offense. They tried spiking it, I think. I think they were trying to spike it there, but they got called for a false start on that. That's going to be a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Can FAU stop him here? Big tackle. Big tackle there behind the line of scrimmage. The clock is ticking down. I don't know why. All right, they're going to spike it there with 9 seconds left. 3rd and goal. Can the offense, or can the Owls defense stop them? They're 10 of 17 on 3rd down conversions, which is absolutely insane. Can they stop them here? Troy quarterback looking to pass. He has a bunch of time. And it gets a wide open guy in the end zone for a touchdown. Come on, Owls. Come on, you couldn't have stopped that. Okay, well, for some reason we decided to call a timeout to try to throw him off from the extra point kick. I don't think he's missing this. Yeah, that's kind of right down the middle. Well, this game up going to overtime. Gosh, I can't believe that they gave up a touchdown there with 2 seconds left before halftime. Big yikes indeed. I mean, I don't know why they called a timeout on the kickoff. That's dumb. What are you trying to throw off the kicker on the kickoff? Like, that's not how that works. All right, well, they have one play that they can run. 2 seconds left. Obviously, they're going to Hail Mary this thing. Obviously going to happen. Cox is going to be back to pass here. He's going to heave it deep. And it was not completed. I was going to say, I couldn't tell at first, but yeah. All right, well. I mean, even if one of them had caught that, they probably would have been tackled right there, so it wouldn't have worked out that well. But they're going to overtime. Troy and Florida Atlantic going to overtime here at 21 apiece. Trojans they won the coin toss to start off overtime. We'll have to see if the Owls can actually do something here. Put some points on the board and all that. Turn around and hand off to Brett Daniel, who fights forward for about 6 yards on that run. Brett Daniel, not the best game today. He's 20 of 54, or he's 20 carries for 54 yards. So not the best day from him, but he's given us some couple short yardage situations when we needed him. Handoff there. He's going to take it around the right-hand side and fight forward down to about the 2-yard line. What a run there by Brett Daniel. As that's going to take him down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Can the Owls punch it in the end zone here? Turn around, handoff to David Hearn, who's going to jump over the line for a touchdown. David Hearn didn't have to jump, but he did anyway. And the Owls get a touchdown here in overtime. And the kick is up and good. 28-21 right now, Florida Atlantic. But they do have to play defense. They do have to play defense here. Can the Trojans match the touchdown? The defense needs to be able to stop them here. Completed across the middle, but only good for 3 yards on that one. 2nd and 7 there. Back in the shotgun. He gets hit as he throws it. He does get the completion, though, for 3 yards. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. The Owls need to stop him here. Well, not need to, but they should try to stop him here. And they're going to, because that's a sack. Although that's going to... Oh, that's BS. They're going to say that's an incomplete pass. They're going to say that he threw that before he got sacked there. That's... All right. That's debatable. Also, I just accidentally hit sim play, and they threw it 4th and 4. They threw a 19-yard touchdown. God dang it. I meant to watch that. And of course, when we sim it, that's when they go and they throw a touchdown on 4th down. All right, well, 28 all as we head to overtime number 2. This time, Troy's going to be starting off with the ball. Have to see if we can stop them here. Completing the pass there, but only for 2 yards. Maybe a 2nd and 8. I don't know why Troy is doing that, but all right. There's no clock running, so I don't know why you're calling hurry up offense in overtime, but sure, why not? You do you, Troy. Back to pass again. Completes it across the middle for a 1st down inside the 10-yard line. I guess calling the hurry up play did work for him. The Owls defense has to get a stop here. Throwing it to the right there. Gets about a yard or 2 before he is tackled. Can the Owls stop him here? Back to pass. Throws it to the left there, and he gets upended by the defender. Going nowhere on that one. That's a 3rd and goal now. Loss of 2 yards on that completion. Troy 11 of 19 on 3rd down conversions today, but they can't really convert this because there's no 1st down marker. Troy back to pass. Throws it across the middle. And he's tackled about the 5-yard line. Do they try to put up a field goal right now, or do they go for the touchdown? They're going for the field goal. The kick is up and through the uprights. So it's 31-28. Troy right now. The Owls have a chance to either tie, win, or lose here. They need to get in the end zone to win this game. A field goal will only send it to another overtime. Jesse Cox back to pass. Throws it on the slant, and that went behind the receiver. That was not a good throw there. 2nd and 10 here for the Owls, who are looking to get the victory here. They can do so with a touchdown. Brett Daniels going to take it up for a couple yards, but there is a holding call. Just can't trust the offensive line. Although, to be fair, some of the ones from today haven't been just the offensive line. They've also been the they've also been the fullback and the tight end. 2nd and 17. Cox back to pass. Throws it to the right there for the completion. Down to the 20-yard line there. It's a 3rd and 5. Gonna have to see what they're going to do here on 3rd and medium. Can they get the first down, or do they have to resort to the field goal and potentially take this to another overtime? Empty backfield on 3rd and 5 here. Going for the end zone. Touchdown! The game is over! What a touchdown throw there to Jake Meyer, the tight end, who already had 1 touchdown in this game, and he gets a 2nd one. The game winner for the Owls. What a touchdown grab there by Jake Meyer. And FAU holds off the upset-minded Troy Trojans 34-31 in overtime. 2 overtimes it took, but they were still able to get the victory. What a game there. I don't know if I'd consider this the play of the game, but sure, why not? I think the touchdown winning, I think the game winning touchdown would be the play of the game, but sure, why not? Let's pretend that was the play of the game. Nevertheless, the Owls in overtime holding off the Troy Trojans, who tried for the upset today, but could not get the job done. Jake Meyer, the player of the game, 6 catches for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. What a performance as the Owls win this rivalry game against the Trojans. A great performance indeed from Florida Atlantic. #1 rated game there. Good to see. So there you go. 6th win of the season. The Florida Atlantic Owls are officially bowl eligible. The problem, though, is that since it's a Sun Belt conference, we'd have to get more than 6 wins to be in a bowl. Really, 6 wins in the Sun Belt is not going to really get you a bowl. But regardless, the bowl, the Owls are now bowl eligible thanks to that big victory there. The game that we care about more than anything else, FIU and Western Kentucky. And FIU loses by 1 point to Western Kentucky. A touchdown from Western Kentucky with 58 seconds left in the game to secure the victory. Wow. So what does that mean? Oh yeah, we did care about this, but they're lower ranked right now anyway. Not lower ranked, but they're lower in the standings than us anyway. So what does that mean? That means that we are the only undefeated team left in the conference at this point. And that should mean that we're going to jump into first. Although they might still be in first because they have 7 wins on the season so far. I'm not sure. But conference-wise, we should be better. We should be, or standing-wise, conference standing-wise, we should be better. But there you go. A big victory, holding off Troy in overtime to get the victory there. Next week, we have a non-conference game where we are going to Navy. So that should be interesting. And then the following week, we'll take on the team who just upset FIU, Western Kentucky. And then after that, we have FIU. So we get Navy, and then we have back-to-back conference games that are really going to determine the conference championship at this point. A loss to either one of those teams could spell the end of the conference championship dreams for the Florida Atlantic Owls. But we'll have to see what happens. So thank you all for watching. Definitely appreciate it. Hopefully you're continuing to enjoy this series. And we will catch you next week for a game against Navy.